Hi, everybody. It's Mike here. I wanted to do a screencast because I'm not in your department meeting today. As you know, there's an IB meeting going on in the think tank, and I wasn't able to be in two places at once. So this is the next best thing. A screencast, if you've never tried this before, is just, speaking, uh, recording yourself in conjunction with what's going on your screen. It's a great tool. I use something called Screencast-O-Matic, which is free. It allows me to create up to a 15-minute video and share it out. I used to use it in my flipped classroom all the time when I'd give kids lectures at home to watch or information to look at, and then they'd come into class and do something. So if any of you want some information about Screencast-O-Matic or how I made this, just let me know. I'd be happy to help you. So I wanted to go over what we're going to do today. The bulk of the day is going to be you working on your gradebook analysis for marking period 2. That's what you were supposed to have done on the 7th, I believe, a few weeks ago when we got snowed out. So we're just kind of moving that into this week. But I wanted to give you at least an introduction into Google Classroom because it's the first time many of you might have used it before. And I also wanted to go over Title 1, 2, and 4 proposals and signatures. I need to have you do that at this meeting as well. Then I'm just going to let you work. So hopefully this video will be quick and painless, okay? So first and foremost, let's go to the Screencast-O-Matic into the Google Classroom. So the Google Classroom looks like this. Many of you have been on it already, I can tell. I created it a few weeks ago thinking that we would use it from now on. It's a great way to streamline the collection of documents. So for those of you who don't use Google Classroom yet, basically the information I gave you is in your stream. So once you log in, you'll see that I've posted a number of things to you. I really just need you to go down to the very beginning of that stream. When I first created it, there was a little welcome that I sent out on the 5th. For the department meeting that was supposed to happen on the 7th. I've updated that agenda to the 19th. So that's the agenda that I just had posted for you. What you're essentially going to work on today is this gradebook analysis for marking period 2. So the directions are pretty clear. Essentially, you're going to download this document. It's a Google Doc. You're going to complete it and submit it, just like your students would submit an assignment. I'm sure any of your colleagues in the classroom who've done that before can show you how to do that if you're not sure. But it's going to ask you to run a report in Genesis, look at the grade breakdown for each of your classes in terms of major and minor assignments, homework, and then reflect on that breakdown. Were there gaps, were there differences, were grades evenly distributed? How did the subgroups look were there any subgroups that maybe struggled specifically in your group, in your classes? And then after you do that as an individual, then you get together with, like I said, a partner, a grade level prep partner, and you're going to complete this survey, which is linked right here. That's the bulk of the day, okay? I did want to briefly show people who are maybe not aware of this. All English teachers who are not special ed English should have a posting that says domains 3 and 4 evaluations. This is where I'm going to collect your 3 and 4 evaluation documents. So you can kind of read through this. It's due on April 10th, which is the Tuesday after we get back from spring break. But essentially, just like in years in the past, you choose 2 elements from domains 3 and 4 that you would like to be scored on and give me some evidence that you've completed those elements. And there's links here, instructions, the elements themselves, evidence you might want to use or consider if you're at workshops or things like that. And you're eventually just going to turn those in, those domain 3 and 4 worksheets, just like they were assignments in a classroom. Okay, so that's for the English teachers only. You don't have to do anything today with that, but look through it. Know the deadline is the 10th, the 10th of April. The last thing I have on here is information about the lesson plan. Central office wanted us to give you an update on where we are in lesson planning in the block. Essentially, right now, there's 2 choices you have access to. On course is one of them, and Google Docs is the second. Stephanie Meckman has done a great job making a template for both. And so those templates and a how-to are right here underneath that posting as attachments. This is an expectation of what should be in lesson plans, so just make sure you read that. I don't think anything's changed from this year to next, but your basic components of objectives or learning targets, what assessments you're using, the building blocks of the lesson are all in there. I would like to point out that we are going to have Genesis as well. I was in a meeting, as was Stephanie, who I know is in the meeting right now with you. We had a meeting with Genesis representatives about what the lesson plan would look like in Genesis. They're currently working on that, and it does seem like a really good option for a lot of people. But the message is essentially you can use any of the three options you feel comfortable with. So right now, it would be wise to kind of review some of these options that are on the table, find out what works for you, play around with it, and know that there's going to be Tech in 20 trainings throughout the next 3 months that are hopefully going to gear you up for using these things so you feel comfortable when we make that switch in September. Okay, so that's the lesson plan stuff, and that's everything basically right now that's on the Google Classroom. I did want to go to the agenda again and show you that we are going to just give a little explanation of what we're going to spend our Title 1, 2, and 4 expenditures. So I'm going to read something to you that is a memo from Sue Field. And essentially what we're going to do for Title 1 is, number one, we're going to get a 2 pullout or request, I should say. We don't know if we're going to get it. 2 Title I pullout teachers for English next year. Right now, as you know, Shannon does a wonderful job. There's evidence and data out there to support the need for a second. We have a lot of current juniors, more so than in the past few years, who have not yet met the ELA assessment requirement for graduation, whether they failed the PARC or any of the other alternative assessments, the SATs, for example. So because of that, we'd like to probably request 2 Title I teachers for ELA. We're also going to use Title II money, which is professional development money, to bring back a consultant from Rutgers who had spoken to non-English teachers about reading across the curriculum. So that we're going to have a follow-up consultation with her, a few days with non-English teachers. That doesn't really impact you, but no, that's something we're proposing. We're also proposing using Title IV money to complete the IB cart, which some of you know has 16 Chromebooks in it. We're going to fill out that cart, and that should really help the IB teachers use some of the online features that we want to use to improve the program moving forward. Math's going to have 2 pullout teachers requested. They're also going to have after-school tutoring. We are going to have after-school tutoring, but only in relation to test prep in the fall and the spring. So we're going to request Title I money for that. And then English teachers would be able to provide tutoring for students gearing up for those tests in those seasons. Again, hopefully getting more juniors and underclassmen from having to complete the graduation portfolio, making sure that they pass their required ELA assessments for graduation. There's going to be Title IV money spent on a number of assemblies at all grade levels. I'm not going to go into detail on what those assemblies are, but Sue Field has the details on that. Title IV money will also be used for professional development for a drug awareness update for staff, where we stand in that issue. And then last but not least, Title IV money will also be used for technology improvement with Albert IO. We know some people are using Albert IO in the English department, and they've gone to the training and they like it. We have the capability of expanding that to other teachers and training teachers on using that online platform in their classrooms. So you'll note that by the sign-in sheet that you signed in today, there was a second sign-in sheet that asks you just to put your name and signature. And at the top of it, it reads Title I Needs Assessment 2018-2019. Now that I've read what we're spending, what the proposal is for those, we just need you to print and sign your name on that sheet before you leave the classroom today. Okay, so we went over the Google Classroom. We did Title I and Title II proposal signatures. Your individual grade analysis is what you should work on for the remaining hour, I guess about 45 minutes. And as soon as you finish that, you can do your conversations with your grade level partners, your common prep people, and complete the survey in Google Classroom. Just take a look at the upcoming important dates. We know spring break is coming. I don't have to tell you those dates, but domains 3 and 4 are due that Tuesday following spring break. So just make sure you take a look at that stuff at some point between now and then to finish that in a timely fashion. And marking period 3 ends shortly after we return on the 16th. The portal is open, as you can see, for about the next 3 or 4 days. And don't forget, we're having a PD day on the 20th of April. More information about that will be forthcoming. Thank you so much for listening, guys. And before I leave, please all welcome Eileen McGrath, who is with us, sitting among you. She is a LTS for Lauren Anders, and we're really excited to have her on board. She was a teacher doing LTS over at South Plainfield. She comes highly recommended. She's doing a great job already. So just introduce yourself to her, and we're certainly happy to have her on board. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon.